Hey guys, this video is going to be really short and sweet because I've already fixed this thing, so I didn't film the actual procedure. What we have is it's the Panasonic. It's one of the old Madame Grill units, one of the best microwave ovens I think that's ever been built. This one here goes back to, well, it's warm in here. This thing here goes back to, what year was this thing made? I think it was like 1989. Yeah, 1989. See that? This is it's not a convection unit, it's a radiant heat, so it actually has a heating element up in the top and another one down below the tray, as well as a microwave oven. It's all stainless steel. This was a really good oven, probably one of the best ovens that Panasonic made, and that's why I'm still using this today. Mine's really dirty because we use this thing every day to cook our food, and we use it as a conventional oven. It's very good temperature control. I don't really even use the microwave portion of this at all, because we have another microwave that we use for reheating stuff. This is mainly used as a cooking oven. And we started having experience with the thing just shutting off. It started out with the light would flash off and on inside, and it would just shut down. And what we found the problem to be on here, it's on the control board over here. You'll find there are relays. I'm just going to grab my flashlight here so I can throw some light in here. So these relays here with these connectors on them, the white, the blue, and the red. And there's two more little relays over to the side here. You can see it right there. You can see those two little black relays where the light is shining. They solder connections on the bottom side of the circuit board cracked and would cause the thing to shut down. So what I did is I took the circuit board out, and that's done by removing these connectors. Got all these connectors here, and you have to unplug everything. And one screw, take out this screw here. You have to have the door open to do this. And when you take out this screw and you've undone these connectors, the cover will lift off. You need to take out the two screws that are holding the transformer in here and release the ribbon cable. There's a little clip on the side here. You push the little pins in or pull this little cap out and the ribbon connector comes out. And then you're able to slide the circuit board up a bit and lift it out to resolder the connections. Anyway, that has solved the problem, and it's now working again. Some of the other problems that these microwaves can experience is you can have a failure of the temperature sensor. This is for the oven. If the temperature sensor fails, the display will show FFFF. Another failure that is quite common on these, other than the magnetron tube, and this one was replaced many years ago, is you can have a failure of the humidity sensor, which is on this side of the oven here. If the humidity sensor were to fail on this, the fluorescent display would show the letters P, 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 P. So if you have 4 P's on the screen, it's the humidity sensor that has failed. If you have 4 F's on the screen, it's the temperature sensor that has failed. Now these parts these days are getting to be very difficult, as you can imagine, to track down just due to the age of it. And I don't even know that you can get them, but I'm sure that they probably are available on the used market. The only other components that really ever go bad on this unit here is the high voltage capacitor has been known to short out. If the high voltage capacitor shorts out, it will cause the fuse to blow. And the interlock switches. You've got 3 interlock switches here. You have the primary interlock switch is the top switch here, this up here. And down below you have 2 other switches. One is what they call the short switch. The short switch's job is to blow the fuse if the primary interlock switch fails. So if you have a blown fuse, the first thing to do is check the switches. Make sure that the switches have not failed. If the switches have failed, replace the switches. You need to change the shorting switch as well as the primary interlock switch. If the switches are okay and the fuse is blown, replace the fuse and disconnect the magnetron tube, or disconnect the high voltage lead from the transformer down here and power it up. If the fuse does not blow, then you know that the problem at this point may be the high voltage stack diode the high voltage capacitor or the magnetron, and that's when you have to do a little more troubleshooting. If you connect up the diode and the capacitor without the magnetron and the fuse doesn't blow or doesn't make a lot of noise like it's drawing a lot of current, then chances are it is the magnetron that's gone. But the most common problems on these units are the capacitor that goes bad and the switches. This one here has never had the capacitor changed on it. I have changed the magnetron, and that was done probably 20 years ago. But other than that, these are very reliable units. Just keep that in mind. If you have intermittent shutdown, it's generally going to be caused by a failure of one of the solder connections on the back side of this board here. Happy repairs.